Perfect. What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel and welcome to another video. So for those of you that don't live in the UK, or for those of you that do, but just haven't been keeping up to date with the news as of late, a few days ago, our government released a strategy on our Gov website on how they're going to tackle the ever-growing rate of obesity in our country. And as you've gathered by the title of this video, I'm not in favour of the methods that they are putting forward. I don't believe they're going to have any long-lasting impact on reducing the rate of obesity that is nearly doubled in our country. So what I want to do in this video is read through some of what is written in this article, talk about the campaign that is running alongside it, and break down what I think is wrong with the methods they have chosen to use to tackle the crises of obesity. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So before I touch on any of the methods that the government are going to try put into law by the end of this year, I just want to talk about a few statistics first about the rates of obesity and the way that they've grown in our country over the last 15 to 20 years or so. On the same website that this article was written, you can download a PDF that shows the obesity and overweight statistics since 1993 all the way up until 2016. Everything that I do talk about and reference to today will be linked down in the description, so if you do want to check these out for yourself, I recommend you going down there and finding the links because they'll be there. So, since 1993 to 2016, obesity rates have risen from 15% to 29%. It's nearly doubled. Individuals who are overweight have risen from 54% to 63%, and children have gone from 1 in 4 kids to 1 in 3 kids leaving school either overweight, obese, or with obese-related issues. So it's clear that between the years of 1993 2016, that obesity has risen and is a growing concern for our nation. And now we're here in 2020, 4 years on from when these statistics were taken. So what methods and laws are our government here in the UK going to put into place in order to reduce the rates of obesity and help the nation become a happier and healthier one? Banning unhealthy adverts, advertising high fat, high sugar and high salt foods before 9 PM on both TV and online. Ending buy one get one free offers on all foods high in fats, sugars and salts. Mandating that all takeaways, restaurants and cafeterias with more than 250 employees display the calorie content for foods they sell and provide adequate calorie labelling for alcohol sold here in the UK. Now, these measures may have a very slight and minute impact on reducing the rate of obesity in the short term, but as a long-term strategy for actually keeping obesity rates down and making our nation a healthier one, I don't think these are going to cut it. Because people aren't becoming obese from watching an advert or going into the local Tesco's and seeing Jaffa Cakes on a buy one get one free offer, and I don't think forcing restaurants to display the calorie contents for everything they sell is going to have a really tangible impact on actually making healthier choices for the general population. Because whenever I see a campaign that promotes a healthier lifestyle or weight loss or anything that tries to tackle obesity or the growing rate of individuals who are becoming overweight in our country, it's all demonising fatty foods, foods high in salt and foods high in sugar. Although yes, these foods do contribute towards the ever-growing problem that is obesity, it's not the reason that the country is obese as it stands. I truly believe that obesity rates are growing at the rate that they are is because the lack of education that the government and our country is giving to the general population, education on how to actually lose weight and what a calorie deficit is, how vital protein intake is, how vital carbs are, how vital fats are, because the majority of the population, not only here in the UK, but around the world, can't answer the question of how do you lose weight? Because some of the answers that you'll get are, well, I'll go on a diet. Because you get answers like, oh, I'll go on a diet. Okay, what do you mean by a diet? Do you mean you're going to cut out junk food? Do you mean you're going to cut out the foods you like? Are you going to stop going on social events, going on nights out with your friend? Are you going to start eating chicken, broccoli and rice every single day for the rest of your life? No, because that is boring and unsustainable. And I think the government's way of demonising foods that are high in fat, high in sugar and high in salt is misleading to the population, and it is not what you need. How about we educate them on how sleep deprivation, that affects a lot of people here in the UK, how that can have a greater impact on the growing rate of obesity than watching an advert before 9 PM or going into the shop and seeing a buy one get one free offer. Another thing that I quickly want to touch on is the government's decision to slash food prices in restaurants like McDonald's, KFC, Nando's, Burger King. Because if you're putting a law out there that bans food establishments and supermarkets from offering buy one get one free offers on any food that is high in sugar, salt and fats, why are you then cutting prices either in half or by a third in places like McDonald's, where all they sell is foods high in fat, salt and sugar? I mean, I can go to Tesco's right now, and if I wanted to buy a 200-gram pack of strawberries, it would cost me about £3.50. But then I could walk across the road to McDonald's and get 7 cheeseburgers for the same price. And this is a direct result of the government slashing prices in fast food establishments. It's counterintuitive to what you're trying to do. You're going to ban offers on fatty foods, but then you're going to slash the prices of establishments that only sell fatty foods. I mean, foods that are a lot healthier for you are already more expensive than that of junk food. And a good example of this is something that I saw posted on Instagram the other day. And it was someone took a picture when they were in Tesco's of a 20% fat pack of beef, which was around £2. And then they put a picture of 5% lean beef, which was around the £3.50 mark. If you want people to make healthier choices, how about you cut the cost of healthier foods rather than banning adverts before 9 PM? It's pretty much putting a plaster over a broken bone and praying to God that it someday heals. Now, alongside these measures that the government are going to implement by the end of this year, they're also launching a campaign to run alongside it. And this is known as Better Health. It's linked directly from the article itself that is on the gov.uk website. Now, I don't really have much issue with the article itself. I mean, it just promotes a 12-week program, which again is just another form of a crash diet, because after the 12 weeks, what are you meant to do? Go back to eating what you were before? Put the weight back on that you've just lost? Now, it also uses a BMI tracker that helps put you in a category and tracks your progression. BMI for me has always been a useless metric to track, because BMI, or body mass index, just judges you on your height and weight and drops you in a certain category. Now take me for example. My average weight, I sit around 68 kilos and I'm 5'4". When I put these metrics into a BMI calculator, do you want to know where I end up? That's right, in the obese category. Because BMI doesn't account for muscle mass, doesn't account for bone density, doesn't account for water retention. BMI just clumps everything together and assumes it's fat. So when you get someone like me that is maybe outside of the norm in terms of my weight for someone my size, it poses an issue, because I'm not obese. Wouldn't class myself as obese at least, but yet using a BMI calculator, which they're promoting as a good method for tracking your progression, it's inaccurate, because I'm not obese. Because if you want a more accurate way of tracking weight loss, well, take a picture once a month. If you can't tell whether you've gained weight or lost weight looking at yourself with a month's comparison between them, chances are BMI isn't going to do you any good either. My next issue with this campaign is the fact that it promotes companies like Weight Watchers, Slimming World and Slim Fit, which are all linked directly at the bottom of this article. Again, that has been given to us from the government itself. Now, when it comes to companies like these, anything, Slimming World, Weight Watchers, Herbalife, Slim Fit, anything, I don't think what they do is very successful in helping people lose weight. Take a company like Weight Watchers, for example. You can go on their website, and after a few clicks you can find an article that suggests that you can eat an infinite amount of pasta and rice because they are free foods, meaning they are foods that contain no sins. And sins is just their way of essentially tracking your calories throughout the day. So you're telling me what I can do? Just walk into my kitchen right now, pick up the 10 bags of rice that I've got in my cupboard that contain 400 calories a bag. I can make them all and eat them, and I wouldn't have to worry about gaining any weight. The 4,000 calories that I've just consumed don't exist because these foods are free foods. No, that's not the case. Companies like these either promote crash diets that last for a short period of time so they can get your progression picture, your before and after, so they can put on their website, so they can try to entice more people into buying into them. And it doesn't cut it. It's not working, and it hasn't worked for years. If what these companies did was successful in helping people not only lose weight, but sustain that weight loss and live a healthier lifestyle, well, we wouldn't see obesity rates still rising year after year, which they are. Because 9 times out of 10, people that lose weight through these companies do not sustainably keep that weight off. These companies try to keep you at an arm's reach. They fool you into thinking that what you're doing is correct, but they don't try and educate you. And that's the issue that these companies and this governmental scheme they're implementing is going to have on us as a nation. We need to be given the tools that we can use to create a healthier lifestyle, to make better choices, to understand what we're putting into our body, and to understand what nutrition is, what a calorie is, how protein affects us, how sleep can have a greater impact on obesity rates than, again, seeing adverts or buying into these companies. But saying that, that is my input on this governmental scheme that is going to be implemented within the next few months. If you disagree, let me know in the comments down below. And if you liked the video, then maybe think of subscribing or liking. Hope you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one.